Patton, you got me?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the MRL Sportsman series. We are live at Darlington. Oh, yeah, I know we are a little behind at the moment, but not a big deal in the grand scheme of things because Darlington, it's throwback weekend here for the entirety of MRL. We actually have both of the main series. Trucks tonight, and then on Saturday we have Cup also at Darlington. So we're gonna have a little fun here. Of course, I have not seen all of the throwbacks, but I know two in particular. Like one is actually a WX Mike. He is throwing back to Fluff God. Fluff God is not able to join us tonight. He's actually going to be going to the hospital. So thoughts and prayers with him. But also, we have Broadcaster Clay as our in-race reporter tonight, and I'll just let you explain your own throwback there, Clay. Well, first, how are you doing? And secondly, what's your throwback?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here. Excited to get this one going. See what we can do. See if I can find my way inside the top 10 tonight. Lord knows I need that kind of run after the luck I've had this year. But yeah, my scheme tonight. Everybody knows that I run the 26 truck. I'm throwing back to Jamie McMurray back in 2000, which also happens to be the last time that the 26 truck was used in the truck series before, of course, GMS and Tyler Ankrum brought it back a couple of seasons ago. The reason is kind of a sad reason. Everybody will remember back in 2000 we lost at least 3 drivers in the sport. Could be more if I might just be mistaken, but we lost at least 3 drivers in the sport, one of which being Tony Roper in the truck series. He drove that 26 truck after Jamie McMurray left the team and went to drive for somebody else, so I'm sporting the all red with a yellow stripe number 26 truck tonight. We're going to be sponsored by Wix.
Oh, there we go. Well, again, repping the oldies but goodies is what I like to call them. You know, having a good show from not just in recent memory, of course. We have some throwbacks like Jimmy Johnson, of course. I saw that Story Square is running the in-game throwback there. Of course, we can use custom throwbacks, so that's what Broadcaster Clay was referring to right there. But it looks like going on through this board right here, we actually have some decent pace throughout all of the field. Now, you may notice the biggest thing here is we have no Baronate in the race tonight. Now, I know the general consensus in the garage was like, oh, we have a chance. At least that's what Tomboy was saying. Tomboy's going to be lining up P7 here in this run. And actually, now some would present that as a good thing. Honestly, I present that as a test. It's kind of like thinking like this. You have Kyle Busch coming down to the Trucks or Xfinity series. You have that talent that kind of elevate yourself right there. So I am rejoining right now. But right before I do, though, I want to go through the whole running order. Um, we have Lil Chris that's going to be rounding out the back, and we'll start from the back to the front. Nas, which is Do the Do, that's his alternative count, starting there in P12. But then you also have P11, which is Napier, P10, which is going to be Keith, P9 is you, Clay. P8 is going to be US Trek. P7, of course, like I said, was Tomboy. P6 was WRX Mike. P5 Monster. P4 Hunty. P3 is a Story Square. P2 Terrell, and then Elite Precision with another pole position for the race. Now, Clay, as we're loading in here, a big news has arrived on the scene here for the overall series as a whole. Angels fan Jagger got banned, and then therefore he is unfortunately not able to race anymore. So that is going to be wonderful news for you. Does that relieve anything in terms of you're on track, just want to win or perform well, knowing that essentially you now have a safety net and going into the top 10?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say that I want to see what the points look like after this race, and then I'll get back to you on that one. But yeah, we're green. Sorry, I was kind of focusing there on that first lap. I got into Mike there coming off a Ford. Didn't mean to do that.
Oh no, you're fine. And that's going to be the biggest thing that we're going to be seeing from all of these drivers here is the little bump hitting, coming off of turn two. In fact, I'm actually also on board with Hunty in his stream, and he actually just hit it going into coming off of turn two. That bump is nasty. It will straight up just toss you into the outside wall, and you are essentially just off at the mercy of whoever's behind you. Now, that's one thing I've been wanting to talk about. Darlington is known as the Lady in Black for a reason. By the way, everyone in chat right here, T-Bird, Baseball Kid, how are you guys doing today? Don't think I didn't see ya. But yeah, we have a big, harsh track, both in terms of tires and overall driver performance tonight, because Darlington is just so demanding. Now, 68 laps is a very short race, all things considering. This is a track that absolutely destroys tires and demands a lot out of you in terms of mental fortitude. You're always focusing. You're always doing something because big right there. That is one thing I definitely saw with the 52 of Keith getting into the outside wall. That
Barely missed him too.
Yeah, exactly, but that's a big thing. Is not only are you at the mercy of yourself and making sure you don't make a mistake, but also the other drivers, and trying to avoid the mistakes from them. So essentially, you don't want to compound a mistake with another mistake. So that's the biggest thing here. But it looks like Elite Precision, as we look through our 13 truck field, is kind of setting sail right now. Terrell, the Phantom, has absolutely been wonderful in his few starts. Unfortunately, Terrell is not able to be eligible in order to make it into the top 10. But one thing that is now eligible for the top 10, with Fluff God unfortunately not making it tonight, that puts, wherever he is, there he is, WRX Mike in that position. Now, of course, that's why he is throwing back to Fluff God, because he wanted to earn that spot, in his words, fair and square, which not saying that this isn't fair and square, but you don't want to take the spot because someone has to go to the hospital, At least I wouldn't. You want to earn that on track. In fact, the 33 gets a little bit loose right there and actually has to get out of the...
No, he just backed out of it.
Oh, well, hey, you know what? That's very heads-up driving. I like that.
A lot of shuffling going on back here.
Well,
Tom got loose off the corner. He got the bump, it looks like.
Yeah, that's one thing I was on board with right there. Looks like going side-by-side with US Track Enterprise. And that's one thing, is that, Darlington, yes, you can fit 2-3 wide here, but not really. You are barely able to fit 2. It's so hard to pass.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
Whoa. It's so hard to pass. Well, and exactly, and that's what happens.
I caught the bump that time.
Oh, that bump is nasty. I don't know what's worse, honestly. The bump in...
we got a wreck off 4. Story squares around. Hunty involved.
Oh, let's see if we can see. Yep, I just caught that on Hunty's stream. Looks like it was Story Square and just Hunty had nowhere to go. So Hunty now is going to have a little bit of work to do, and he's not going to lose a whole lot of time. He's going to lose the podium to Monster, but overall, that is... It could be worse, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Darlington is essentially a 1.5 cars wide. You have to really pick your battles, and pick your battles in a hurry, because the opportunity to pass here cleanly, big emphasis on that word, is very, very small. Essentially, at least in terms of heat, in all of its lovely heat physics, you are more often than not going to be making a bump and run than you are a clean pass.
Like I just did to Tom.
Oh, I missed that. Hang on, let's going back on board with that. Yeah, it looks like it. So, WRX Mike, now just in front of you. Now, just for reference, you are P8?
Yes.
P8, okay, so I am counting my trucks correctly. So, WRX Mike P7. And we saw a little bit of a battle for P5. That is Lil Chris and US Track Enterprise up there in that battle. That is one of the three battles on track right there. Clay, you are one of them. That's the other. In fact, actually, both of those battles are going to be resolved coming off of 4, so weird how that works on out. But then also we
I let it
have...
go.
Ooh, looks like the O2 must have spun it off at turn 2. That is Napier not having the best of runs. He is going to try just to bring it home right here. Because, I mean, like I said, Darlington is such a hard track. I mean, we can actually see right here that the pace is already starting to drop. I mean, I'm seeing Hunty's times, they're already a second off the pace. One of the few tracks that actually nails tire wear in terms of fall off. Not so much literal wear, but the times are reflective of that. So Story Square, unfortunate from him, he's going to have to rebound all the way back in P12. But hey, Story Square, by just starting this race, has locked himself into the lights season. So that's good news for him. Same thing can be said with Tomboy. Tomboy, like I said, just by starting, has made his way into the Light Series. So that's wonderful news for them. Essentially, they have a load off their back. They don't have to worry about anything. But I think let's get the elephant out of the room here. Is that with Baronate actually missing a race, he can he's still going to have the championship lead. In fact, he could probably get away with starting and parking at Atlanta in order to lock up the championship. Of course, that's probably not what he wants to do. He doesn't want to rely on that, but definitely it's one of those things that you can definitely expect that Baronet has that level of buffer that you can just kind of relax on that. And speaking of relaxing, Elite Precision here he is on cruise control. It's like a Sunday drive for him right there. He's been able to gap himself off of Terrell, which is, if I were to guess, around a second and a half, maybe coming up on 2 seconds difference. But yeah, those guys are absolutely the class of the field. As we have a slight battle for P3. Looks like Lil Chris was able to get the spot on Hunty, as we are on lap 16 right here. Clay, how's the truck feel?
It's all over the place, honestly, and I'm really, really bad in 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is a harder turn to drive anyways because it's tighter than the wide sweeping turns 1 and 2. So I've been struggling in 3 and 4 compared to 1 and 2. But I'm looking up here in front of me. US Trek seems to be kind of struggling really bad at the moment. Tom and I seem to be catching him, and Mike seems to be driving away from him.
Well, WRX Mike has made his goal known that he wants to get into the lights, but like I said, he was kind of reserving himself into funnily enough, I'm sorry, not to break topic, looks like Lil Chris was able to get the spot on P3. I was actually watching from Hunty's perspective. Monster went low in order to kind of let him go. Lil Chris followed him thinking that he was defending, when it was, in actuality, it was Monster just letting him go. So, yeah, that was an interesting pass, but did it nonetheless, no contact. Anyway, going back on board with what I was saying there, is that WRX Mike has made his goal known that he wants to get into the lights. Although, I mean, he's essentially going to be there right now, but he just wants to finish out the season strong. He is one of those drivers that he's a grinder. He will absolutely go out and practice a track if he knows that it is not the best. But in terms of Darlington, it looks like we're seeing a lot of parity here. We're seeing a bunch of people start to fade. Looks like Hunty's starting to fade. The 4 Monster's starting to fade a little bit. And that's going to actually bring the drivers that ran a tighter setup back into it. So it looks like to me, Monster may have started the race on a 6 or maybe even a 7. Shoot, maybe even an 8. And it's starting to pay for it in the long run. Very even spacing between everyone out on track right here. No major battles, but everyone seems to be following each other pretty nicely.
Yeah, I'll tell you a driver to keep an eye on. It's the guy riding in the 10th spot right here behind me, Nos Racing, that being Do the Do. He's kept it at about 1.5, 1.6 on me. So if I make a mistake, he's there.
Oh, well, Do the Do, I guess we should call him Do the Do. Is
That's what
one
I'm
of those.
accustomed to.
Yeah, exactly. Is one of those drivers that is another grinder. You may know him from other leagues as well. He is a part timer this season, looking to go full time next season. So in order to, try to get his way into the lights series, that's the ultimate goal of everyone running, honestly, to make it into lights. But unfortunately, just too many starts was missed, and from that, just unfortunately not able to do it this time. But yeah, he himself has had some decent runs in the few times that he has raced. In fact, actually, let's look at his stats right now. I'm just trying to find him exactly where he is. Give me one hot second.
We got the 56 headed for pit road.
Ooh, well, it is coming up
That's
on.
early.
It is coming up on, I guess, pit stops here in the next 5 laps or so, with 46 remaining. I guess maybe he's reserving himself to a 2-stop? Or do you think the 1-stop is the way to go?
I don't see any way that anybody can make it on a one stop. That's not happening. There's 68 laps in this race. We're on lap 23. I'm coming to 24. I have 7 laps in the tank.
Oh, okay. Well, 7 laps in the tank. Okay, gotcha. So Do the Do, and has actually, this is his second start. He is he's finished P9, so with a lovely top 10 at Dover in order to finish up what I was talking about with that. 52 of Keith is also down on pit road as well, so pit stops are starting to happen here. I don't know. I'm seeing from Hunty's POV is actually it's his right front that is absolutely burning, and that is a 15% difference between his right front and right rear. Clay, could you offer some insight on what your differential is?
So on my right sides, I've got 39% on the right front and 44 on the right rear. So I've got a 5% difference.
All right, well, that's a little bit more even. So I'm actually very surprised that they came on down this early in order to get, well, I mean, some track position. So like I said, Keith is already down on pit road. Looks like, yeah, both of these guys are getting their stops. So it looks like the O2 as well to join him. I don't know. I think, well, we started with 68 laps. This is a 68 lapper, correct?
Correct.
68 lapper, one short away from the miracle number. I mean, okay, so let's do the math on that. So what lap are we on right now?
I am coming to 27.
Coming to 27. Yeah, there's
Did Monster
no
miss
way.
pit road?
Oh, I don't know on that. I wasn't watching Monster.
He is now in front of me in 7th. What happened to Monster?
Honestly, he may just be really just kind of backing it off in order to try to save, because maybe he did miss pit road, if he comes on down pit lane this time, I guess I'll answer that question.
Yeah, I'm seriously struggling for grip.
Looks like it, yep. So maybe he did just miss pit road, which actually, that's a very good segue right there. Darlington is actually one of the hardest pit roads to get onto, not for the reasons that you would think, though. It's just, okay, so there's a lot of different ways in order to approach pit road. You can actually just straight line it from the entry of turn 3, just going on down, kind of like what Terrell was doing right there. Or you can do the quote-unquote faster way, which is taken in the middle of 3 and 4. It's a little bit harder that way, and that's how many drivers in real life miss pit road. Story score coming on down. Hunty was able to hit his marks quite well, honestly. Actually, on 0 laps of fuel, so he is absolutely out of fuel right there. WRX Mike, though, is continuing to plug along. I don't think some people don't necessarily doing the 2-stopper. I think they may be trying the 1-stop. WRX Mike not making any indication that he's oh, well, never mind. He is pitting this time. Yeah, see, the tale of 2 pit road entries. WRX Mike did the 3 and 4. US Truck did turn 3, and I think actually US Truck gained a little bit of time right there.
Race leader, 26.
Did you lead that lap, or?
I can't tell if I led that lap or not.
Aha. Well, if you cross the line this time, yeah, you'll definitely be able to lead that lap.
I have to pit this time, though.
Ooh, yeah. very aggressive pit exit there from the 32 Terrell. There is that weird bump as well coming out of 2 that if you hit it, it literally feels like a roller coaster with you going up and down like that. Hunty just
It
hit it
does.
right there. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely it destroys the handling of that car. But
I'm not sure if I might be leading this lap right here. I'm not sure.
well, Elite Precision already went past you, so yeah, you did lead that lap, so 5 bonus points. Because here is Terrell and Elite going on through to take the lead right about now. So there that is. So yeah, that is the change for the lead right there. Now, this is very interesting. So according to Hunty, it is lap 31 right now, meaning if these guys go through the extra mile, or sorry, go through the whole tank over again, they could be taking a 2-tire stop. Now, whether or not that is what you want to do, that is a strategy behind this. We have officially ruled out that you can not do the 1 stop, so now everyone's going to adopt themselves into the 2 stop here. But what are you going to do for the 2? Are you going to take 2, or are you going to take 4? That is going to be the question. And sometimes the answer is not all too clear. Most people would say, well, I mean, if we pit on lap 29, there's only 7 laps to go when you come back out, take 2. Depending on who you're trying to beat in terms of your competition, it may honestly just be better to take 4 and pit a little bit early. Now, I think maybe that's what those early stoppers were doing. They were just essentially cut this race into thirds.
I just ran my fastest lap of the race.
Oh, could you offer some insight on what that fastest lap is?
It was a 30.288.
Ooh. Well, it is very close to Hunty, I will say. He ran a 1.56 on the last time by. So you two are on equal tires, by the way. Well, 1 lap difference, but whatever. That's equal tires, all things considered.
I just ran a 134.
Oh yeah, well there we go, easy. So yeah, I'm actually very curious here. And Clay, could you maybe offer a little bit of insight, especially going through traffic right here? The O2! Oh, he is fighting it out there. He is I think he's just trying to just bring it home.
What did you want me to offer insight on?
Just how difficult it is to get around traffic.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty difficult. I'm just kind of figuring out how to size up Story Square for a move here, because I think I'm on newer tires than he is. I think I pitted 4 or 5 laps after him. I'm trying to be smart. I don't want to wreck him. I don't want to race him dirty. We already had some issues before at Las Vegas.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
I remember that. Just for some insight on what Clay exactly is talking about. Clay was racing amongst the top 3. At this point, he was a lap down, but again, that's everyone's decision. He was running his own race, and so was Story Square. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Everyone has a race to run because he was battling for position amongst a driver a lap down. How to pass traffic? Yeah, exactly. BS and Baseball Kid essentially saying the same thing here. Basically, how to pass in traffic, just wait for them to hit the wall. Because eventually that will happen. Someone's going to make a mistake, someone's going to get loose, and you can capitalize on that. So we just saw the battle. So here is a huge battle for P5, 6, and 7 right here. Keith is a lap down in P12 right there. So, ooh, but big bumping going on there between WRX Mike and Goose right there. Battle for P6 now in the hands of WRX Mike, and a little bit of contact right there. Maybe a little bit of lag actually from the 87. So yeah, it looks like the WRX Mike will be able to sail a little bit further into the sunset, as he is now going to set his sights on a top 5 from Monster. But yeah, P6 and P7 done and dusted right there. That was a huge battle. P8 belongs to Tomboy P9. Oh, you did make it around Story Square.
Yeah, but he's hanging there right there with me.
Well, Draft is
I am not
actually
pulling
very
away.
potent. Draft is very potent around here. Oh, and he's going to make the move. Oh, well, I mean, that essentially makes it real easy for that is, like BS said, just wait for them to hit the wall.
He
Um,
actually squeezed me up into the corner, and I didn't really have anywhere to go
uh,
except the wall.
Honestly, I think it's just one of those things that, like, I prefer not to just even try going side by side going into the turns, and I just immediately back out. Um, if it's my corner, I'm backing out, or I'm not backing out. You know what I mean? But if it's not my corner, well, time to just wait for another opportunity. Personally, I actually really like getting a good run off of turn 2 anyway, going into turn 3. Now, you were saying that turn 3 is one of the problem corners for you specifically. I think it's hard to say because, I mean, there are different ways to go about it. If you choose a looser preset, essentially you're going to be better in 1 and 2 on the short run, but worse in 3 and 4. On the long run, it's going to be flipped. You're going to be worse in 1 and 2, and then better in 3 and 4. So it's a weird trade-off that I'm not quite sure how you approach it. It's really weird in order to answer that question. In terms of what exactly you go on, I personally prefer a looser setup here, but that is just me. I'm seeing everyone just really doing a great job right here. So to kind of give a run through of the top 3, we have Elite Precision in the lead. Been setting sail on that. So has Terrell. And the 34 of Low Chris actually coming on out to get a podium so far. Of course, we still have another pit stop to go. But
Monster
essentially,
just pitted.
ooh, spicy. So he is going to be doing one of those. Looks like Hunty had a big to-do right there coming off of turn 4. And he will lose 2 spots. I wonder what happened there. I saw that he just lost the 2 positions, but I don't know what caused it. So, yeah, this number 68 is struggling right now. I'm actually very surprised. Hunty is usually so strong when it comes to these races that it's really hard to see that maybe he hit the wall or something like that. It had to have been something. But yeah, the Ford Monster is essentially just going to be putting 4 tires on it, and I'm assuming that he is just going to run it the rest of the way. So he's essentially setting his bed out right here. The pace has fallen off an entire
Big time.
second. Yeah, and much like I said, Darlington is one of those weird tracks that actually gets time fall off instead of just regular tire fall off. An entire second has been dropped from these guys up here in terms of their fastest lap to what they're running right now, and that's only going to be compounded worse if they're in traffic. So, Tomboy getting big time loose right there. I wonder if he's actually going to be pitting. So. We got to be looking on that. Yep. Yes, he is. So 56 of Tomboy is going to be coming on down. Using that lower entry, that's actually, quote-unquote, the safer way to do it, and maybe even the fastest way. In terms of, unless you know, or I guess, speed, then obviously it doesn't matter how quick you get on pit road because you're going to be sitting there an extra 15 seconds. Ooh, Hunty! Oh my goodness, Hunty just smashed turn 2, and he is spinning down in the backstretch, and he has called it a race.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And just like that, he has... Oh, yep, I saw that from his stream. That was a straight up Alt F4, if you catch my drift. So... engine failure from that Tomboy coming out of his box right there. That's a spot. That's a spot. So yeah, interesting. Hunty, very not having a fun time. Darlington is one of those tracks that it is just so hard to get around. So you can't quite tell exactly when disaster is going to strike. RIP Patton stream. Well, no, my stream's going fine. Hunty's stream is not. He has. So I don't know if classifying me with Hunty, but hey, that O2 though is going to get a spot out of that. Now, another driver that we are going to be missing here is the 94 of Kobe. Kobe's not in this race as well, I noticed. Of course, it's not like he's racing to get into the top 10, but still, you kind of want to see where you're going to stack out in points. He, of course, has said that he doesn't want to advance into the lights. He wants to set another season in Sportsman. And currently entering this race, he's P8. So I'm wondering if hopefully everything's all right with him. But yeah, that is another driver that is going to be out of out of some measure of points here, as he was sitting P8 in the championship. So
I can confirm that Tom, Story, and myself all took 4 tires.
Oh, how many laps left?
We're on lap 49. I'm 2 laps down, though, so Elite is on lap 51, coming to 52.
All right, so let's actually go on board with Elite here for a hot second. So 52, that brings it to, what, 16 laps to go for him? Yep, so there is Lil Chris coming into his box right here. I'm assuming everyone pitting right here is going to be taking 4. The real question is, when Elite comes on down, when Terrell comes on down, if they're going to be taking 2. That is going to be the big question here. But yeah, having that buffer on everyone, that is a big time help for, your decision making. If you have a little bit of time to spare, why not go and take 2, see what happens. WRX Mike coming on down pit road this time. Make sure he doesn't speed. There he goes. Tomboy right there, right behind Story Square actually. So you're going to be seeing.
And that 23 is very quick. He is rebounding nicely from his earlier spin. He is very, very, very good on new tires.
Oh, but at the cost of old tires, maybe, because we have seen him. That's what happened to put him back there, is that he clapped the outside wall and then immediately went back to all the way to 12th. So it looks like he is rebounding really well. I don't know where he is currently.
7th.
Okay, he is right now 7th. WRX Mike down on pit road. So is Keith. So that's going to be spots for him. In fact, actually, we're going to be seeing where he is in reference to WRX Mike. WRX Mike coming on out of the pit lane right here. He's going to be coming equal with Mike, but I don't think he'll pass. Ooh, actually, it's going to be close. Maybe. Yep, there it is. Okay, so that is going to be a spot for Mike, but that should be... as Terrell almost misses pit road. Almost. Hang on, let's go on board with him. We saw it from Story Square's on board that he was really hot and aggressive going into the pits, and then all of a sudden he had to turn hard left in order to get onto pits, and he was able to do it, but I'm sure at a major time disadvantage.
US Trek is your race leader.
Ooh, 5 bonus points for him. I think he's going to go and try to do a 2-stop here.
He's going to do what he did at Iowa.
Well, I don't think he can make it the rest of the way. That's what he did at Iowa. I do think he's going to try and do the 2-tire, though, and we're going to be seeing how that goes. So there goes Terrell going on past. In fact, actually, there is the 17 of Lee. That's who I was looking for right there. Terrell comes off the pits as in front of the 17. So Terrell took 2 tires. Maybe that's exactly what I was talking about. So I'm sure that's what the 87 is going to be doing here, unless he can somehow nurse this thing all the way home, which I don't think he can. What lap are we on?
No way.
Yeah, there's no way.
I'm a lap down, so US Trek just took lap 58.
So coming to 10 to go this time. A little bit of lag right there, actually. But we also saw that from him earlier in the race. Oh, well, that doesn't help as well. He hit that bump into the outside wall he goes. So, yeah, that definitely does not help. Oh, in fact, there he goes. He decided to call it quits, and he is going to be into the pits. So here's the 32.
Yeah, realistically, he could have gone maybe 1 to 2 more laps there, Patton. So, at that point, though, you're begging for grip. Begging.
Well, begging for grip right now is Terrell. He was a very healthy amount in front of the 17 of Elite, but Elite has now cleared himself of that traffic, which I do believe is the 44 no, that was the 34 of Lil Chris. Looks like Lil Chris himself also took 2 tires, well, that 17 has now passed him and is setting his sights on the 32. And in fact, actually, this pass should be made here on this next lap, all things considered.
That's about 3 seconds behind me. I can see them back there. So they're approaching the 44.
Yeah, so, well, that is right behind. Oh, the 44 gets loose and is going to let the 32 and the 17 battle it on out. And, well, there we go. BS says, wouldn't that be breaking the fuel rule? Yes, that would be, but it's just why he didn't do it. So, yeah, everyone is down and made their pit stops. And correct, the 17 is the leader?
Yes.
Yep. So that was wonderful news for the 17 to go and get that done. The 87 now is battling, I think, on 2 tires. The 23 is going to get that spot right there. Oh yeah, it's not. This is all going to the pot for the 87, which I do believe took 2. Now down in P5, if I'm counting, or at least actually, hang on, let's go on board. Unless Monster's somehow in front. Oh, the O2 is going to be. Oh, the O2 is going to be in the backstretch. That was definitely a loose moment right there. Yeah, Monster is. Could you offer maybe where he's at?
Monster is got to be ahead of me in like P5 or P6. I think it's P5 because Story just passed US Trek for 6th, putting US Trek 7th. Tom 8th, me 9th. Dew is 10th, Keith is 11th.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I got it.
Napier is 12th. Yeah.
So that was the battle for position right here. Let's go on board. Oh, and the O2 has called it a day. Oh, at that point, might as well just run out the extra 5 laps. But you know, I mean, sometimes you just gotta you know what, hang up the coat and hang up the hat. Ooh, big blocks being made between the 32 and 34. This is the battle for P2, and oh my goodness, you can tell everything's on the line between these guys. Not, like I said, not running for the top 10 in points, but they are just looking for a podium. P2 would be great for either of these guys, but with the 32 going and hitting the bump right there, that's going to basically get it to the 34. But the race is going to be far from done here because here in a couple laps, there goes WRX Mike to take P4. Monster had it, and he's omega loose right there. He has the worst tires out of everyone. Remember, he was the first one to go on down pit road, and Storysker is going to rebound for P5 and try to get one more spot here in the closing laps of this race. How many laps again?
They are coming to, I believe it's 3 to go. I'm coming to 4 to go. Yeah, Alita's coming to 3 to go.
All right, 3 to go. Actually right behind you, so that is a good little reference right there. So yeah, Elite right behind, he is on 3 to go, has a decent margin between himself and Lil Chris, so he is essentially just going to be just kind of, not say putting around, but he's just gonna relax and kind of just run this as he would just on a Sunday drive. 32 tried to rebound back for a P2, but Lil Chris is going to have that 2 to go here. Story Square looking to see what he can do on WRX Mike. Four of Monster is going to try to put up a little bit of response right here. I don't think it's going to work. Coming to one to go here in a half lap time. The 87 of US Trek did a great job here in P7. Oh, there's Fluff God. How you doing? How are you feeling? Coming on in to show his support for the stream. Um, one lap to go here, sponsored by MRL Eats, the only eats you will ever need.
And I'm going to tell you what, Elite is really nursing his truck. It is omega loose.
Well, I mean, he only has to
Everybody
do it.
is.
He only has to do it for another 2 more turns, and just like that, the 17 coming out of 3 and 4 has tamed the Lady in Black and goes and gets his 3rd victory of the season. Elite takes the victory here. Lil Chris comes out P2, but Terrell was right behind him in P3. And Lil Chris, like I said, didn't qualify. He had a good run. Now, here's the real battle back here. P4 for WRX Mike, trying to hold off the 23. 23 is going to be a little bit short. WRX Mike will get that spot. P5 belongs to Story Square. The 4 of Monster is going to be P6. US Trek P7. And were you? Oh, Tomboy, there he is in P8. And you were P9, correct?
Yes, and Nos Racing 10th.
10th, okay. That means P11
Keith
belongs.
11th.
Yep, Keith, and then Napier P12, and then Hunty P13. So that is our 4 results here. Could you actually take a picture of that and send it to me, please?
I stream this race, so it'll be on my Twitter, or my Twitch, rather.
Perfect. So yeah, I can't wait to get these guys up in here, especially the battle between Locris and Terrell. Like I said, Terrell didn't qualify. He started in the back, P12, I do believe. So not quite last, but very close to it. Actually, I think he did actually qualify last. So we'll have to see on his thoughts there.
Am I correct in saying that? Am I correct in saying that Precision Morgan Racing went 1, 2, 3, 4? Or excuse me, 1, 3, 4.
1, 3, 4, yes. 1, 3, 4 was what they did. So excellent job from them. So yeah, we'll have to get these guys up in here. We'll have to. I want to see. Like I said, I want to see what Lil Chris and Terrell thought of that battle. So give me 1 hot second. I'm gonna mute myself. I'll be right back. All right. So as we wait for our top 3 to get up in here, like I said, Ali was our P1 finisher. P2 belongs to Locris. P3 Terrell. P4 WRX Mike. P5 Story Square. Excellent rebound for him. P6 Monster. P7 Goose. P8 Tomboy. P9 is our inner supporter Clay. P10 belongs to Nas. Do. P11 Keith, P12 is Napier, and Hunty P13 as our 2 DNFs of this race. I do believe we have everyone up in here. Yes, we do. So let's talk about it. So excellent racing, guys. Darlington brings out one of the best racing you've ever seen, because not only do you have to battle yourself, but you have to battle the other trucks around you. On a track that's essentially a lane and a half to almost a lane wide. So to get a podium here is definitely good. So let's start, of course, with our P3 finisher here. We have Terrell. I'm just trying to find who you are. Oh, there you are. Gus Dean. So yeah. Terrell, you had a wonderful start to this race. You and Elite really gapped the field, but then all of a sudden, here comes the 34. Take us through your race from there. Um, Terrell, do you have your voice on always allow? WX Mike in the YouTube comments cannot hear you.
At
Ooh,
all.
well,
Okay, there it is. There it
well,
is.
let's try that again. Take two.
Sorry. Like I was saying, it was a good race. I didn't really have much for Lil Chris and Elite. I thought them two guys were kind of in their own class. Elite was kind of his own class. I could stay with him on the short runs. Uh, the thing off of two, like I said, that whatever you want to call it off of two, that kept just snapping the car sideways or putting it in the wall. It was just every time it would happen, it would kind of break my momentum every single time, and I would have to try to reset. And it would cost me time, but it was a good race. I don't know what happened with Story. He's behind me. He spun out. I don't know if it was something I did or if he just lost it on the apron. But my Story, you listening? If that has something to do with me, my fault. But I don't think
Well,
it did.
I can actually offer you a little bit of insight right there. Apparently, he said that he was trying to pass you, no contact or anything, but he hit the bump and it just immediately sent him. So nothing that you did with him or anything like that. It was just that turn two.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I assumed it to be. Yeah. It's just that thing was, and it was messing everybody up. I mean, Elite was getting messed up by it. It's a tough track for a reason.
Well, the track too tough to tame. That's Lady in Black. Many nicknames can be described for Darlington, but you did a good job in order to get a P3. Now, Terrell, excellent job. We'll have to see what you can do. Maybe at Atlanta next week because we have seen that you had pace there.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll definitely be interested in not call it anything, but I think I'll have a good shot to win that. We'll see. There's a lot of fast dudes in here, so we'll see what happens.
Well,
I'm
take
looking
it
forward to it.
take it one race at a time. Now, Lil Chris, to kind of flip it on its head here, you started dead last. So it was an excellent job, just all around, to not only take care of your 34 Chevrolet Silverado, but to just weave your way and avoid everyone else's mistakes. Did you think that you? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong in saying this. Did you take 2 or 4 on the final stop?
I took two on the final stop.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Okay.
That's about the only shot I had. I had to try to do that. I was thinking about doing it the pit stop before, but I didn't really know how it was going to play out. Just needed a longer race. Really just needed qualifying. It kind of cost me, but it was fun coming up through her, trying to get through everybody. I know it's hard to get through Darlington without tapping a lot of people and all that, but overall, pretty good racing. I had fun. Just missed out on qualifying. Had to start in the back, and I'll take a second. That ain't bad.
Hey, P2 is still a podium, and like I said, that is another just one of those things that one spot short, but you can't really quite think of it like that. I mean, it just like as you said, who knows? It could have happened with qualifying, but you had a excellent run though. No, unfortunately, you're not able to run in order to get into the light series, but definitely with you already winning a race and qualifying for the All Star in the challenger side of things, of course, you have a very good chance of maybe coming back strong next season here in order to get into the top 10 here. Any insight on that? I mean, definitely. You one of the top guys all race long.
I look forward to it. I mean, it's just one of the things. I gotta get off everything. So if I can ever make a whole season out of it, I think it'll be pretty fun. So I appreciate y'all bringing me in and letting me have a little fun tonight and bring me in on the series. And I didn't know anything about the All Star stuff, so that's news to me. I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, there we go. And with that, we're going to be Well, yeah, All Star is always fun. You don't have to go through the qualifying races. Some of these guys know that they're tough in order to get in, and when you get a win in any of the series that we offer, it's just a load off your back. But yeah, excellent run there. This number 34 was fast. Unfortunately, not as fast as this 17, which is always piloted by this number or by this elite precision guy. Third win in the truck series, or Monday, I should say. And you are on a roll. You have already made your way into the top 10 in points here, and are almost a lock for the. Almost for a lock for the lights, just with one race remaining. Was this the statement win that you were probably looking for? Darlington, so tough.
Uh, I don't know. The I just had a real good truck. I mean, Darlington is like one of my favorite tracks on this game. It felt I didn't have no issues with my truck the whole race. I didn't fight no tight issue, no loose issue. It just felt neutral. Even though it was a few times where I overdrove the truck, like in 3 and 4, but other than that though, it felt perfect. I got a little worried because I saw little Chris was like coming, and I was like I saw that he was like short pitting, so I was like, man, I don't want to stay out too long. And then because I didn't know what he was planning on doing, but it all worked out in the end though. It was a good race. It One other issue I had was just turn two at times. You know that little turn two glitch where it just snaps your car around, but it did that a few times. But other than that though, it was a smooth handling truck.
Well, I mean, it definitely showed Hugh in that race. I mean, you were one of the few people that made minimal mistakes. Now, of course, everyone gets loose and hits that turn two every now and then. I mean, that's basically a given. But keeping your nose clean and just really just hitting your marks, that's all it really takes. And just with that, another win and only one more race left in this series. Atlanta. What are your expectations there, especially in the trucks?
I'm expecting a pack race next week. I don't know. Like that race is kind of a wild card in a way. I mean, handling is going to come into play, but you got guys like Mike that's good there, Terrell. I had a battle them for the win one time, and I forgot what. I don't know if it was this league or some other league, but it was they pretty good there. Then you just never know with other people. I'm pretty sure Bear may be back next week. Chris is fast. So I don't know. I mean, I'm I'm pretty decent in Atlanta. Just see how it goes.
Well, keeping your hand close to your chest there, I can see what you're doing. We'll have to see exactly who is ready to hold them and fold them then next week. But yeah, excellent job, guys. We had a very fun race here at Darlington. Of course, this is Throwback Week. The Cup Series is also at Darlington, and of course, now Elite, you are invited to that with winning this race. But yeah, just it's a throwback week. It's a little bit of fun that we have here in MRL to show the paint schemes. We saw some excellent ones. Jerry McMurray. We saw Fluff God as well. A Tomboy. I'm not sure what he was referencing to, but it did look
Looked like
sweet.
Casey Mears.
That was Casey Mears. Oh shoot. Well, even hey, thank you, coming up clutch with that. Like I said, I wasn't sure what he was throwing it back to, but it looked slick out on track there. But yeah, excellent job, you three. And Clay, thank you so much for being our in-race supporter. We'll have to see what these guys can do next week at Atlanta. And I mean, well, I guess
Do you
only
want to
one way
talk
to
about the
tell.
points implications before we go?
Oh, we already talked about it. With Jagger being banned, I mean, essentially, and Fluff God being bowed on out for of this race, he has about 80 points, 70, 80 points in order to basically him and Mike swapped almost the implication. So he was 83 out, and now essentially he's like 70 out. So or Fluff God's now 70 out. So I mean, it's going to take, honestly, at this point, someone to leave in order for him to get back in. But so we'll have to see. I mean, we've seen people not show up before, and I mean, well, who's to say? But yeah, with that, we're gonna bounce on out of this race, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Challenger Series season finale at Homestead. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and we will see you then. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.